Sesia issue under a table so has to do with the galamsey issue.
That's right.
And Matanasia Bisam who say solution bang and not charming can say. You don't just start by saying say Mumfrim Munja galamsey too. Adia Bakwa a signature for this Akuffo Addo government has to do with say Alaska. Yam planning yes ya dear. Yes, sorry, the beba team be an atiasia bontina ye. But I say governance no yanya sa. It should be a well structured kind of a thing. Alaska so person we implement it there. You need to go through the processes because policy, you don't just throw out policy. Policy, what tenase, but say there is a problem. You discuss the extent of the problem. Then you look at the other alternatives that are available. Okay, then you solve the problems, Now what check it. The side and side, the pros and the cons, and the possible outcomes, the feasibility, how I never bet me problem no a solve to what extent. So what's national way yes I near my way by the time a policy in the Bible and unintended consequences bad dear, but it will be minimal. Okay. So you will never introduce a policy where unintended consequences overshadow the real intent and the purposes of whatever you are throwing out. And me say a signature of this government because Abraham the free SHS air banner. They rolled it out as a political reparation package. Alaska, my culture say with me by work Monday to Friday. Me wakasi wa me de becha. Enti wo banner. As to whether you are over there, I don't care. Okay. And the mania casamedi bema Alaska, it doesn't matter. Say, I said no better than Sakai, and I contemptuous. I said, a car me and me do better than I had. My bono chain car na me de mountain. I don't care. Macasa made the mountain there, and no massa say come. Sap police for no ma bro for no massa say come. And do that colebune in Swiss so cry. Once a massa say come, na dear, or better from the wako. Oh, I be in the hot and I say, massa say come there, but or that colebu. Ya the canula ashan and sahon or jinsu massa say come or back from the wako sana Akuffo Addo abana kwakwaye because I will introduce such a policy Alaska ekwatia oboase there are several me say galamsey near livelihood so you need to provide the alternative say you want free galamsey ya say an social package and incentive ya within the panoko me I know so there is a solution to this galamsey thing Alaska. One of the boldest decisions, solution make on say, we are government. You can stop all individuals on owning concession. Oh, Kuma say. Time can say was say your friend say akwetia no more. Your friend saying state companies are no more in charge of those things. Alaska, right. May your government I'll pass a law. I be ban every single individual for owning a concession in this country. And you know what you do? You set up about 500 companies, state-owned companies. Alaska, each of these companies, let them employ 2,000 each of the youth in this country. Not for Muya mining. 2,000 each. 500 companies, let each of them employ over 2,000 young people. And I'm saying state companies and a year into mining in Alaska, they will never do anything about say and say. Okay. Because and yes, state-owned enterprises with the trained professionals or the modern way of doing the mining and as a form no and no more leading these companies. I yet may employ young people. Can you imagine the number of people that may employ into this small scale mining? Individual. Enya dajen kwatena ho no no kwa kasa ya me mining tin de mepe. We are then you set a central pool company where gold no be ni no will go there. Say refinery nearby you say there nearby you and there it is up to us. Alaska, at the end of the day, gold na yenya from sa area no, the state can account for it. Galamsey no mutu no, state na account for biao. There are people who are smuggling gold out of this country, state in your way. But on my beer, some of these agudia no, you should be able to account for to know and gold war, the gold we need how much any flow minum. That's right. But some of these things, me say yen transing can say a solution for the problem. Yes, so that for unko nguram. No munko tu ye friend say omunko bo omunko stop here man for na no me say na papa we your friend saying former Nyahuta Maklo. That's right. Or see say there soldier for kogu nguram 1 week they will stop the galamsey. Let me see. Oh, we see. I understand him. Or a military person.
That's right.
And in the time, you know, not discipline, not just values and the principle. Never military. But Alaska, I am telling you, sir, today that thing is gone.
92.3.
Because circumstances are the first why they recruit to soldier for no. A dying assistant. So idea I had discipline. I had the cornerstone for the military profession over the years, and you know, Sadia ni hobium, and until obiti baby so, baby a gun now quadia, a soldier for Bajina or more year cool ya, me say, oh, but damn, wouldn't him the walker, because soldier for no more year cool first, you know, and ye be at the war in
That's right.
because I know a party soldiers within the military high hierarchy go there and look at the kind of politics they are doing there. And the recruitment, where you stand across the political divide.
Sure.
And you think they cool be banam soldier for your minor, bebu my amount. Or what better to your minor pansam no. So that is not an option. Soldier for now, I don't call for galam stop and then as a for at some point in time, Alaska. I said, Mr. Minimum young people are a soldier for. I know Munina, or Munya Quenya Kongudam no. I'm buy no more ye. They came back rich, minimum bois. Or buy an almost set to talk cars. A bit became fabulously rich to the extent that more giant military, no, our more baby or mancas or personal companies. Oh, I'm telling you, you can check. And rather make cancel with CTV. Me say some of the young guys in Operation Vanguard na se for no. Omo free nwuram bae no more ye. Omo fa military ni nya hwe biem.
92.3.
Enti bisa say nipa no ko nwuram say okocheke galamsey anasa okoso okopesika because omo tete omo kono mu say what to go na ya bo apinyan gold na wanya nya na omo age omo afa wo ye ombebo otu akun. That is what they were doing. And others so were protecting people like your friend saying Ashanti regional minister and the DP report to me
regional chairman. People
were protecting somebody like your friend saying Akwanta mines or Sha Forest O2. You see nipa no mo yes anema we nyina ye high ranking government official me tell me concession to galamsey Akuffo Addo where he knows them na yantia na at the eastern region western region omo call meeting na ye kasa ye the soldier for aba ho the whole DCJ microphone ka say soldier for no mo de omo ba ha no they didn't bring them here say omo be fight galamsey enti say wo nwuram na soldier ni ba abo no
I PC. But not DC regional minister.
Okay. PC are upper Kwanako Parliament was telling people say soldier new say uniform no buy yam bono. Alaska. In a country discipline what penny down as a leader. Such comment the very moment that person make that comment, you know. Even PC no cry no so different in some. But I didn't go see here. What can't find who since they nobody and our babble to condemn it. So we can just say Akuffo Addo and Nkrofo and to galamsey, and he's not willing. He has never been willing. Now no maybe me catch us say nya da je chini ye prison na kohwehwe achawan. So krom ha be catch me. I told you. Say check all our prisons. Ko check it. So we hu achawan o krom ha ya. But Ghana for now, no Attorney General say, oh, we've been able to jail over 200 and something. That guy is a joke. Alaska, boys, you know more jail or no? Aye, individuals are that's or a comedy no. Only a juma yet because of desperation. And I walk call galamsey site na all quiet bad day. Na soja for picking the na cotton sawam. Ye nina sem. But nipa na only concession, you know. China nina emra man ho kwan say omra krom ha say emerge concession, you know. And they are so called Western region. Some of the town they almost for Chinatown.
That's right.
Or China for Ajiafa. Omutu galamsey say and say. So galamsey we are because he blame nobody. It is the president. He is solely responsible because you see on show leadership. Makacha say Alaska in the state in Wahu, every single individual be a war mind be a potential to be evil. That is the last time Makacha say yes to Christo Bakrum has a seer and as a one checking out. Whenever Hosono, no found for year
92.3
because the environment will corrupt him. As soon as for Bakro, Ombas as he's almost a day, on by young crew for year and almost as we almost say above for a moment, almost a munko or above for the Kromajai.
Because a word.
Omonanya abafobiem sanete enti yesu bakroma na se yamfa yanya de papa mena mesua bia wani beba ahoso na waje ma amamfo yira ma ntokwa a obekọ yesu fie na amamfo mo de mma na se kan di na chi nya de ketwa e sure say always we are president and you need to show leadership. Alaska, have you seen leadership? because leadership no the punitive consequences in as for na be manipa hu say wo ye niema we ya these are the sanctions ya wo ha be face no and na be manipa atwe ne ho afiri mu but feel say ye sha say ye fight galamsey aye papa we na nasam ya me ya Professor from Pomboatin. This is a good old professor what na see your investigation the report come our president and professor na yapam no tifio ono akoye galamsey we no me say Akuffo Addo is the biggest tragedy happened in the history of this country.
Biggest tragedy.
I am telling you, Akuffo Addo is the biggest. And then me bisa say, Akuffo Addo not Accra House of Folk. Me who they disaster. Oh yes.
Why must you compare Accra House of Folk to Nana?
Na House of Folk they na mo me timo me hasini. House of Folk na Akuffo Addo me say who they disaster. And then nam ho. Omo mienu obi ani vision obi anim de oye. Yes. Alaska
House of Folk and Togbe Afade.
Alaska. Nye team na da infrastructure mo sisi adai but no ye mfa nye team. Alaska. Team na dan. Yes, infrastructure na for very very important when it come to way ubenya answer. But team na nkasa they has in them. O has in enu. So we has in. So we has in. So Alaska, you see leadership are very very important. And this one show now o relinquish that particular thing eto hwa. And ya bedu baby a makacho say Ednam said the president is historically incompetent intino and amanfo na tinche no mo kire no what to do.
That's right.
Ghana enra me the Dr. Srebo number ma obi no mo unse we ye for issue your fancy statement Ghana Medical Association almost then president need to do something.
That's right.
Amanfo threaten labor unions UTAG jampo ni nkrofo are threatening say baby an near Mexico no say aban antoto ne nema ya omo de omo nema gu ho a omo ko demonstrate. Why? Because they know say state ni yen na dwen say oye ade bia obetimi dey address these challenges and na yete ho enti be catch us say ye need leader oman na yete no panyini nim ye wa manfo omo sisi ho but they are not leaders. They are not running nothing. They are just making money. And Akuffo Addo from day one has been protecting these hoodlums, these criminals. Omo taking over natural your friends your forest and as for to the extent say ne enka amanfo timi ko wura forest timi say yakwakutu galamsey
virgin forest
forest na da from Kwame Nkrumah penso na Kwame Nkrumah no nim nyansa say to galamsey
but e watch motor kwa motor.
Yes, Rollins buy no so ja no kuratu na asekan enka obetimi atutu sa na ma we nyina Mills na mahama kufo bae but Alaska look at where we are today and we benya obi amana ko parliament ko defend say na mo penso mo say no and I make say Ghana is serious country and such jokers will not get a platform let alone go to parliament so we are Ghana near about one yekoto ye 2016 no and 2020 no e honsu sanso nie because you can't eat your cake and have it. The irresponsible leadership na da bia ye ka ho asema people think say oh e bia your time na papa na mo mpena say na say no eno na ye nyina ye namu ene ai ne president still nanim but amanfo na kire ne ka say onchim ko ha na onchim ko ha because ye ton ye hotel no and the same workers union na threaten ye.
That's right.
Say I'm back down on our decision to sell the hotel sir. They will go on demonstration. E ho na yesia ba beduru ende na Alaska we ye leader wa man mu a amanfo na be kire what to do if you really know what you're doing. So Akuffo Addo them say wakwa pem ye be kai no kai de be kai no but we will remember him as the most. So why win him?
The most what?
Oh, Alaska why win him? President Obaya wa mbobra. Watiti o man na pansam no. Ama Ghana na ye kwaye ni man na ye take about 10 giant steps backward. And we are Ghana near what dream would da now have a be na Ghana gina have a be gina ne ya. Alaska, you can be proud of your country. And that to me is that near mess you can was going forward in Alaska, the Medicaid solution number 1 they say yen take away concession or ownership no from individuals.
Okay.
Now yen creating about 500 state-owned companies. I bet me employ over 2,000 youth each. Now yen making sure say we provide them with the guidelines. Equipment and as for me go into mining because sika ho to me say sika ni ho. Sika ho. Na say yet me regulate na sa nipa 2,000 no we be adwuma under each Alaska we can pay them.
That's right.
Go no adwuma na ye kan. We can pay them and this will even generate your friends employment. I don't know, we don't need soldiers to go kopamo be free with them.
That's right.
Because a state owned companies and they lead this anima way. And a simple solution.
That's right.
So why can't we do it? I agreed. Because first no more ye and na chama airbo your first abuakwa who so but your company aluminium company way bauxite company no. Yes, you can do these things and the issue of galamsey small scale mine or whatever will go away because no individual even group sabu your individual now you have the expertise in the technical whatever form a company na mon famra na mon chere and say indeed you do you'll be regulated. Now what the command ankra na anase we ye ne say basa amanfo will run to the bush obi abaye the ope and they will destroy our soil. You can't leadership. This is leadership where people will think but catch say you see leadership yen tron to a buo bi so and I am painting gu edan bi ho okokan na odi be buo man. Alaska leadership template and you're very flexible.
Okay.
One kasa you adjust it to your local circumstances. And to have problems say they sit here now why that was the last time I was telling you say soldier for any police for 6 months if training you see you can look elsewhere and say almost no but Alaska our local circumstances approve to us say yes I am why.
That's right.
Because my character say obia onim nyansa for 25 good years. Do you think you can use 6 months to train that person and make him wise to the stance that would do to a in some?
No.
What am I work as you say leadership I common sense obia onim nyansa na what term forms a man say for Napo police training college. Do you think you can use 6 months to train that person and give him gun? And yes a police ni bi otwi uber and na wafa passenger and ordinary kokumasi baby omuko duru ye no fair no ebia beka ho and na abrantia ne say on tua because a door so police ni so ubetua police ni twi to a train no boy no ku no I wouldn't say Kumasi. I am telling you say if you pick a fool and use 6 months to train him and arm him with a gun one kasano you are more hot stupid than Nipana Wayeno. Because you can use 6 months to purge stupidity out of Obi. It's the reason why from day one, Makacho say, baby Drew no, yan set police training academies where people will go to police training for 3 years. Just like teacher training.
That's right.
Just like nursing training. So by the time Alaska, the intelligence way of doing modern police where IT, terrorism, then as a form of a honor crime no. Because Alaska, major crime or might be a face, no internet is woe. Major crime baby, and it's a wood training or policy for no soldier for William, or more from Homa at TC form, Yanamata, ya Mercho, Yam far much in your police and a soldier, nay, exactly. For the drone, more sophisticated intelligence, and then obiti which I am crying still. Boys no more pretty drones than as for them. Some are old soldiers or more caught battle for the more loose or more legs or more extra prosthesis. But because of the intelligence that they have, they sit behind their computer and they drop bomb elsewhere. Ukraine and Russia way, Obian walk to bomb, or motifie, and they are using machines and equipment to do the exchange. So it is about the brain. Now, and maybe say, how often do we even subject our security forces to psyche evaluation? Because I didn't win the panel team, you see, Obi Oha from the background, or corner or get exposed to some of this trauma, ya bo bitu obi theater, me hospital mahumbi. The first time I school I call theater. You call theater in Alaska. Na me first surgery, me witness ye na ye cesarean section.
Okay.
Enti doctor no twa ase kakra bi no, e na ode ne nsahya na o se me fa me nsahya na nti yantwe. E ho na me hu sa san nipa skin e yeden.
Wow.
Ya twe na hoden mu na chese wo twe entwe. Me mate ba ko gira na watu ahwe fam. Na so hu bi da.
Nipa skin na yeden pa won.
Ne den. Nipa skin na ye de blade twa ema ehwate e na ono de ne nsa asofa na me de me nsa asofa e na ye twea baim ansa na wase atwa bia ka ho me mate no hu ya no tu hwe fam So you see, and obisa and when ya
also psychic.
Yes.
Psychological trauma.
PTSD. Obenya bisa post traumatic disorder, and as people get it. So sana police for the soldier for here. Anything now call America soldier for no call Iraq and as for do na bodam.
That's right.
Some depend on drugs because of PTSD in as for them. It is sana ya soldier for the police for us. I know a binum tier. Obuko hu sa na mana. So very often you subject them to psyche evaluation to be able to understand their state of mind. Nipa way, I was saying your custody tuition in some Alaska. Yeah, both about them for no more damn you need to wash your muscle on one of them about thing. And the Witty and you now could share beer, win him the about them, win him the more damn. My catcher said, Amamuno, young trunk to stones be so Alaska, a yard draining answer. You look at your modern environment, what is happening. Now, one Casano, what we will solution to address the challenges. Because you cannot see how soldier for Bunipa, police for Bunipa, elections do you who they see what Tachimai. Now, soldier near us are training Nasabinansa when it in Obako Tachimai, Aqua Henny point more to 12 about 2.3. Meaning who be away, Gira.
That's right.
If Gira, Omoya demonstration, protesters nowhere running away. Na so the near tenasia gauge a good war. That's right. There's a battle for the or be retreat and 22. You must be only cowards and a 22 abra nipana retreat and our old Ghana. But we don't see all these things. So Alaska, leadership remains a constant factor. And I am telling you, so we are Ghana in now doing back to another thing. Baumia say I'm from Tuabamano, when I'm president. I think that chairman about that particular point so. Right. Alaska. So had you see what wale I honorable me free bar leadership on the back door no. Nipa no mo contest the elections no. Back we and sister. And na back we yet
the special assistant.
The special assistant. And as a leader no. Yes, you fair competition in us for, but what can I say? I shall hang a massa uncle for me a battle out to the stand there. I know the day no. And some are coffee by and yasem violence a see ye or that particular place, you know. No, besides, say even at that small place, you know, enclave or family members now involved, you know, you cannot even control them.
How much more?
How dare you come back and tell us people should give you the country to run? And Alaska. Adia yame yama makoma yame yane say you see some na air cost Ghana problems now affect you know at this time you expect to say this guy will go out there and tell people say I share your pain.
That's right.
I understand your pain. We are doing something to mitigate the pain, but he doesn't talk about the problems. He's out there nenia jia minim so onu mi nrobi o sadie yo ojina platform no so I say Nania Gia minim we see our home. Now say or serio, so ye den yo. And I say comedy and all the Ghana for adwinidi. Alaska. Because I we economist. Now say economy no abua pansa mene. And the galamsey issue they say they sit here. Now we are not talking about any of these things. Now in some all canon any connection bia with what is happening. And I say now no all launching the manifesto there say some
That's right.
So it's a special way I just want to talk about something. But Alaska win him. Calf for ban the Ghana for say. Yes stadium na wo say no. Bako kura no are fit for people. O man Ghana we say the Brazil of Africa.
That's right.
At Kumasi Sports Stadium, Accra Sports Stadium. About 6 months ago, we closed this stadium down. Spending over millions of dollars a year renovation.
Exactly.
Now let's go. Yeah, my serious. I'm saying I'm telling you.
That's right.
My president woman,
sports minister.
My leader woman in Sawam because we closed this stadium down too. Spending a fortune to do a renovation. And na car for catch and say, yes, stadium no a bien or you fit for purpose. Again, me catch about AstroTurf. The amount of money you use to do AstroTurf for Chroma saying. And then your stadium be a fit for purpose. And now Baumiana somewhere then you see where Johnny Kotna Hokoya manifesto catch and say, Omo be 6 new more stadium. Alaska and young crab in the whole team. And young crab in the whole team. Stadium now Hana Yasaba Kukreno fit for purpose. Yentimi renovate, including the one I see on one and when I know our northern region. Aliu Mahama Sports Stadium. Just a way of crab and ya fit say the Ghana Premier League in Po. na no Kumasi de na yebo no awia kete a yebo manche no mo de awiabo na nam so no awiabo.
That's right.
Yes. And I just say we have jokers running this country. Typical jokers. The only difference between them and the normal joker or the normal bontain is these people are wearing expensive suit. Oh yes, that is the only difference. These jokers are wearing expensive suit as against normal jokers. We need to get serious. Yentimi fa Ghana ni adwen ni agro. Kwa Alaska wo hwe ndema we nyina sina to wani ne ka chosa na anu adai. Ya the $50 million FED athlete. E wo krom ha ya
18 days
for 18 good days.
Na sa nipa ba ku bia no a day no 10,000 Ghana say 100 million. Na unni oso no kura
no, you see, and I say, you see, sometimes people don't understand some of. Now, no, me Dr. Ren interview one of the radio station UK. Then somebody came on the line. Now say, oh, and the ben I can I name the Akuffo Addo aye or ya Ghana card or me say oh move no ya na mo bodam. Because you see Alaska, you too kwanya, you kopesi kan kwa, you see nyansa ka ho. Ko corona wo team no, se sa na atetia pansa ma menye sure san ka be fa bag free Ghana kotan London. Somebody did nyansa affix the system, making sure say even when your problem now for ambulance within a minute, and I say within a minute or two, you get help. On my team, no, that is not the case. And the serious economic, both micro and macro economic challenges are affecting Ghana. Environmental degradation, corruption. Yes, individuals are more twisted minds. I said, who besides a nyansa with the team and I say nyansa in the team. And I do a mine. And on mine, I say, na ye can't. What said what to cry and nippon so you took one cause nyansa near their Pesicano. When I'm not who defend this, I never say, I dream ben old team. I dream ben Alaska. It's so funny. And they were too near this guy in recent time at Napo Exposes.
That's right.
My catcher said, Sapapano, Mahum penny on the problem, Nyansa no ni. As simple as that.
Oh, Ninya.
Oh, Dabi. You see, it's unfortunate say you have cancer as a natural point, but who will be a Sabi only Nyansa, you know, Claire said this is a guy, Sabi. I definitely Nyansa been in the team.
Right.
And I'm shocked. Said the MPP as a political party. Over the years, yeah, Brandon is a party of intellectual because growing up, that is what some of us had. Doctors, professors, deben. Party no action who could do a point to say, or when you be uncle fan so fan Napo. Some of your running mate. And you see, I am not saying this thing because I don't like him. I am saying this because of and some original platforms are all can. When it tell me so when you say Medin Krofo to cry back and say this is a guy. This is a guy on the platform. Somebody. Oh, yeah, likely.
Tiwe mame. Rabi, ehwe mame.
Bible must have a bejo. And show no more. No, Udi and this for and our money. Wow. Akuffo Addo the chef for the table chilima asọchiri ye kese no obuko nyane na odo obu pusu the bank press aside o sorry na Akuffo wada yesu no wada
Napo FM 92.3
and me say you see so we have problem at Ghana namu the youth unemployment the yen na namu na this joker me catch us this unmitigated joker a likely person to become your vice president. You know Ghana is in crisis.
Right.
Oh.
But I say, Ivan, you can, you fridge as you from room.
All right.
But I say, and for more, Ochina, Shaya, Ivan, ever to us whether. But quickly, Fifi Buafo, a Casamafo de Ma, a Dr. Mamudu Baumi, and I think it's a Fifi Buafo. And in Guasiana Wujin a year.
Alaska, what calculator? Your calculator, I'm no yet calculation business here.
Remember, so, me,
oh, phone, no, calculator also.
But man download my UFI.
Okay.
And you on farm brand.
So, when you be a mammy, yeah, fast, mammy.
Right.
You know, the cocoa once him. Cocoa, now you say, yeah, then, no, what from Alaska, no more mammy, be a calculator, no man.
Napo FM 92.3
Right.
Calculator in Alaska. This year, cocoa ton. If you first a range you use a corner about a fluctuating at the your first international market.
That's right.
This year, a fluctuating between $7,000 to $12,000.
Okay.
From $7,000 to $12,000. So we can take 8,000 as a standard.
Okay.
It is about 16
CDs
times 8,000.
8,000. That's 1, 2, 3 to 8,000. That's right.
Okay. So we need 100,000 and over.
That is 128,000.
128,000. So a ton of your friend is saying a ton of cocoa. I don't know. Cocoa no you can't turn a your bag mako 16
and a womb.
And it divided by 16.
And it divided by a 8,000.
Good. Me make an average or alternative.
That's right.
And cocoa na ya can one sebro and a corner ni do na wetime akonya 9,000.
Okay.
And cocoa bag bia na ya turn or Ghana de ko amano de ko turn no aban no nya between 8,000 and 9,000 Ghana cedis each from each bag.
Oba no so amount 3,000.
Alaska, yeah, turn no $194. Not cocoa bag is not even up to $200.
That's right.
It's 194. What translate here? I 3,015. And I turn no. Enti say ya tenase ana over the years no wan tum na what tenase ya ba beduru samre thinking say or two sade we go Ghana for so or media to na wokoto ade na cocoa no wonya hwe o wo de anasa wo to from farmers no kwakoto.
That's right.
Na wokoto bag ba ku bia 9,000 8,000 sometimes it go to 10,000 and year na cocoa do 12,000 you know. Time na cocoa do 12,000.
That's right.
Na bag ba ku bia bro your friend say 10,000 and over.
That's right.
Na Toma farmer no 1,500, 2,000, 3,000. And you think you're doing people a favor?
Near woman, sir, so the international market would calculate a cocoa no net back would be 9,000.
Good.
9,000, which is 90 million.
Yes.
Or ban no 30 million.
Yes.
Now 60 million. No.
Cocoa. Good. 60 million no. 60 million na yeti cocoa board. And as I bought for ya, this guy is supposed to work for Cocoa Board.
Exactly.
And he's out there as a spokesperson for Baumia. Cocoa Board has
a spokesperson for Napo.
and you see, and Onokwa na hoya mangwa say abranta wa ko school ko de wudi joker we yet so we the spokesperson. Alaska Cocoa Board na nkasa tikam and they've been running lawsuits over the years. And the mekato say on mine no there is nobody in charge. Anything who Ghana said they sit here no, and it's about time you take charge of this country.
Meda say na abusia nentia fifi buafo asemba mubakaya emra na poko ka mu kwame nkruma no fifi buafo na be ka say ye di napo anu sibone ene napo asaba bontin aba be ka sa asabi ti asem we
Oscar for no omukoya adwuma omunya sika bakrom edi me ware edi me bomo girls eto ade eya do na obisi and this for say ene small scale for atu abamu mu ama uma wini wasa kuisia was oma wini sit na ensia ewo wasa ene de omuso mo ba say MPP for antutu amoma omubom di tuo ne bemo ka share this for say ento na ede cha ento na ede yo tutu obodi na dobia excavator bemano odo ga fa edwo wo ko shirisi ne mebuo obi akwa edwo aboko na krom wife wo de sika ni bia edai edidi na nanu wo de sika ni bia edai edidi na krom de sika ni bia edai imputu enye no brother say Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia eba obegu small scale mining enye no brother
and na me no be kasa na o kan bisa me sa question we a bisa me na me say when you put jokers in expensive suit to leadership position, and this is what happened. Alaska leadership, Makacho said, it's a very serious business, and as some of the very crucial. We are talking about the timer. On my new mood, as sing it, a ye nyina ye right against galamsey civil society sorry a teacher for sorry medical way for sorry na se for this is not the time obi a who seek to be a running mate ekogina ho ka se excavator na ya je no ye be demand be mamo na mko galamsey me catch us abrante ni nim nyansa
me da say
you need to understand
right aba me da say eno na fifi bu afọ ba kire mu say enye sa na ko person che say mo ye small scale mining na mo famra kwa so de ba mamo na eno no bibi say Professor Jenna na omo nominating on kasa mo bi mbe kire mu da ba de bia wo say Napo kasa na obi be kire mu
omo vote no dia or to be go
o say
omo vote no or to be go because na Akuffo obi onim nyansa adno wutimi bra nya vote 20 or beti 15 na to agu saa no na ma oye every na ona wira fi asenka tape no kra obo me ka kire o say me no betena ka kwa me nkroma no me ka kire o say onim nyansa and in the coming days no or be kan sema or be pacha wa pacha from that day somebody no mon kan be see
me na say mami nkinka messages no ba ko mieno na chazod we for 33 Kokom electoral area osa last guy da sini Jomapa wo eje na se mitie u ewo me wan corner na se waka se osa last guy mani age former chairman ni sema wakeka na wenchire se NDC amanuko no aye ready so me win power